Hey guys, welcome to new video. 39 Dushan here, and this is the precious metal recovery class 2. Yesterday I start with a new series of videos, and comment it's very good. I always read your comment, even if I don't answer on every comment. I read your comment definitely. So I see that people love what I start right now. So I will not, to be honest, I will not only posting this kind of video. I will posting the other videos too. But in the meantime, every second day we will have a video like this where I explain in this way how to do gold, silver, platinum, other precious metal recovery from electronic, and we talk about some other stuff. We don't need to talk only about electronic. I saw that comment that I can do live and we can talk live. Yeah, I had that on my mind, but right now I cannot do that because I'm still I am in the country, and at my home I got analog internet. I don't have optical internet, so the speed of internet here is pretty crappy. So I cannot make live videos without twitching and all that buzzing. So for 1 month, I think that situation will change. I will have a much faster internet. So yeah, I had on my mind we have some live videos, so we can talk in the real time and answer in your comment in the real time. So a lot of stuff it's happened in the world too. I cannot miss opportunity to say that world is changing, and I saw the latest news from Canada about lockdown, that New Scotia. And yeah, the ruler from the shadow moved. They not first step. This is they move the first step a long time ago. In Corona time, here in Serbia, tell us that we need to stay at home, so that we not put in the danger the other people who's healthy. Nope. No, that is just experiment, big experiment. How do people react if you want to control them and tell that people that need to stay at their home? So you cannot go in the Corona time. You cannot go in the coffee shop. You cannot go in the store. But yeah, you can. You need to go to work, because on the work you cannot seek other people, but on the store you will seek other people. Yeah, I think that's pretty crazy. So I see that Canada do the same experiment right now, and New Scotia is just the first of many, where is people keep in the houses like animal in the box. So probably that stuff will go much further, and I don't know what will happen, but I think that now is the right time to people just wake up and see what actually is happening in the world, and how that evil is spreading around the world, that ruler from the shadows and the small clan of people who want to destroy humanity and everything what mean to be human, to destroy your freedom. Okay, so enough about that. Today main theme of this video is just one simple beginner's process, how to recover your gold, especially gold and maybe silver. So you got some small items, you got some low-grade pins, you got some fingers with that gold-plated stripes, but you don't know how to recover that gold. So you don't need to be an expert for that. What you can do, you can take some plastic container or a glass container and go to the nearest store and buy hydrochloric acid between 15 and 18% strong. It's best if you have hydrochloric acid 35%, 36%, but that is industrial hydrochloric acid. That is not hydrochloric acid for house work. So you just go to the nearest store or agriculture store or chemical store, never mind, and buy 1 liter, 10 liter, how much you need, hydrochloric acid, 15% or 18%. Stronger, better. Then what you need next is you can do that in two separate ways. The easy way is just buy hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide you can buy in the medical store. They use for when you cut yourself or something else. You can use that for disinfection or for cleaning your ears. Yeah. So hydrogen peroxide only 3%, maximum 6%, but 3% is perfect. Add in that container, you add your stuff, your pins, your fingers, your gold-plated boards. Then you just cover with the hydrochloric acid. You need to cover all that and drop. For hydrogen peroxide, you can go ratio 3:1. So 3 part of hydrochloric acid, 1 part of hydrogen peroxide. But I think that is too much strong. With the 1 part of hydrogen peroxide, I only add little by little. Just, I don't know, couple of drops. You observe situation and you add a small part. The best for me, all this time, the best for me is when I use 5 part hydrochloric acid and 1 part hydrogen peroxide. This is the best ratio, because if you add too much hydrogen peroxide in the start, it will eat your gold too, and that gold will go into solution and you will make a big mess. So you cover your material with hydrochloric acid, you add hydrogen peroxide, mix that. You can use some glass rod or you can use some dry wooden twig, like I do in the beginning. And you just put that. The best stuff is on the sun, but be careful to not put that near some metallic part, which you need some machines, because that will start to evaporate from the container and it will start eat your metal around of couple of meters. So you don't need to put that on the stove, because this is just a natural process. You just put that on the sun or put that on some other space and leave it. Forget it about I don't know, maybe the best is 3-4 weeks, 1 month. So on the meantime, you just add and mix that together. Just mix that. If you see that solution is saturated, so it's dark black, you just add more hydrochloric acid. In that time, you don't need any more hydrogen peroxide. Why? Because if you add more hydrogen peroxide, it will eat your gold foils. So only add clean hydrochloric acid. The best from the black, your solution need to go in the jade green color, so that is the best color for the solution. That solution will work. You can speed up the process by adding air pump from aquarium. Just add air pump inside the solution, because more oxygen in the solution, the faster all the stuff react, and your material will be dissolved much faster. Okay, the second stuff to make AP solution, it's called AP, but it's not basically AP solution. Take one piece of very thin copper wire, clean copper wire, and burn that on the fire or with the burner, never mind, and just put that in the hydrochloric acid. Wait day or 2 or 3, couple of days to all that acid eat all that copper, and you have copper 2 solution, which will start immediately to eat your material. So you take, when no more wire in the that hydrochloric acid, you take all that black solution and put in cover that material in the container with that, and you got copper 2 solution, which will immediately start to dissolve all the base metal. So what you need to be careful there, you need to separate your material on the beginning. The whole process, you need to separate your material on the beginning, magnetic, non-magnetic. Why? Because if your material is non-magnetic, it's mostly copper and the base. It will start to dissolve in the solution and it will stay in the solution. But if you have some of a magnetic material, that is the most nickel, and that is the most iron, and maybe even some steel. The steel is not a problem. Steel will not, stainless steel will not dissolve in the solution, but nickel and iron will. And when the nickel and iron go in the solution, it will push out your copper from the solution, and you will get all that white slug on the bottom of the container, and it will mess you with your foils, with your gold, and you'll probably make some big mess if you mix all that material. So what you need to do in the beginning of everything, you just take some magnet and separate all the magnetic pins from non-magnetic pins. It's a morning. I'm still, I quit coffee before 10 days, and I just right now I drink tea from the acacia flower. It's my own tea. I make my own tea. So I have a big problem to quit cigarettes. I'm not smoking a long time, but sometimes I just take 1 or 2 cigarettes with coffee. So I figure out if I want to quit cigarette for all time, I need to quit coffee too. So for today, my head pretty much hurt because caffeine leave my body. And yeah, right now it's no problem. So I start to drink tea, the flowers, nature flowers, and from a mushroom. Okay, so let's go further. If you not separate your magnetic from non-magnetic material, your copper 2 solution, not acid peroxide, not AP, your copper 2 solution will start to push from the solution, start to take that iron into solution and push back that copper from the solution, and you will have big mess. So this is much worse if you use copper 2 solution. If you use AP, it's not that mess, but you will make a mess. It's best stuff for you. It's just a separate material. So after a couple of weeks or months, when all your material is dissolved, you just need to filter that. The normal plastic funnel from agriculture store or a plastic store will be just fine. It's best if you had your vacuum air pump, but a lot of people don't have that. Just plastic funnel, and you can buy a lot cheap of coffee filters. Coffee filter is very good because it's much easier to work than other stuff. But a lot of time I just use cotton, normal cotton. One big package of cotton here cost about $50 and work just fine. You can use cotton, you can use coffee filter, you can use even a napkin, cotton napkin for your mouth. I use that too. So, like I said, you need to filter that. You'll get your foils in your filter. So the next step is you must clean. Take the water, normal plastic bottle, just one hole on the top, and just clean all that. Just clean all that gold foils a couple of times through the funnel, and just wash a couple of times till you got clean materials. Sometimes, if you had some white slug, water will dissolve that. Sometimes it's actually not. So what you can do to dissolve the white slug, if you had white slug in the funnel, just wash a couple of times with the hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid will eat all that white slugs. The white slug is basically it's salts from the metal. So I will not use here some chemically names for all that salts. So it's just basically salts. So you will dissolve that with clean hydrochloric acid. After that, of course, wash with water again. You got your foils, put that in the beaker with the filter. You don't need to remove filter. If you want, you can wash with water from the filter. If you don't want to do that, it's fine. Put that in the beaker, in the jar, on the plastic container. It's never mind. The white plastic is good. So, but always be careful when you do with the glass containers. When you do with any containers, always have some catch pot on the bottom. So one bigger container and container with your material put inside that bigger container. If your main container crash or melt or burn or something, you need to have some bigger container, catch container to catch all that solution, to not go in the ground, to lose your gold or hurt yourself. So you got on one side you got the saturated solution with all that material, and on the other side you have gold foils and gold materials. What you can do with the solution, saturated solution always save one part. Why? Because that your AP solution is a copper 2 solution, and you have that solution already saturated and ready to attack more materials. So 1 liter to 1 gallon bucket, it's fine to keep that on the side, and you just when you start new batch with new materials, you just cover with the hydrochloric acid, new material, and add 1 part of that solution to get that jade green color. And you have instant AP or copper 2 solution. Yeah. So the next stuff what you can do is if you want to take all that base metal from that copper 2 solution, you can do that on one simple way. Put that in the plastic container, and you find some iron. Not steel, iron rod, iron piece of metal. For me, always that boxes from the computer work very fine because they have a zinc layer on the top. So you have iron, some big chunk of iron. Put that in that solution, and iron will go slowly into solution and copper will start from the solution to cement on that iron. So in the meantime, you just take, of course with the gloves, take that iron and just scratch all that copper in the container with the water and clean that with the water a couple of times. You can leave it to dry on the air. So the best way to dry that copper which you take from the solution is on the stove in some pot. The faster you dry it, it will not start to be green. It will not start to oxidate with air. It will get that very nice red color. So you can melt that back to get your copper back, or you can use that for some other stuff to make copper 2 solutions, or I don't know. You can make that even. You can use that even with like a fertilize in your ground, because the ground on your flowers garden or your food garden love copper, but you need to clean that copper from the acid. So you can use that even like a fertilizer. But you can melt that and get some nice clean copper bars. Or the second way how you can cement your copper back from the solution is some zinc. You can use some zinc. Here we got a lot of zinc alloy, zinc aluminum alloy in the computer parts. We call that spirium here in Serbia. And if you add that, well, you will start to see some very strong reaction, and all that copper will just go from the solution. You can add some zinc, and you can, on that way, zinc pipe or zinc piece of rod, you can add that to solution, and you will get your copper get back from the solution. So after that, you still had solution, but now you have iron or zinc in solution. What you need to do next? You need to, you cannot go and drop that in the backyard, in the ground. That will go in the ground, that will go in the water. You just need to neutralize that acid. You can do that with the baking soda. Baking soda is just cheaper way to neutralize your acid. I would think it's a kilogram here cost about, I don't know, 70 cents. It's not too much. So you add little by little baking soda on this acid, and you just, until you don't have any more reaction. When you don't have any more reaction, your acid is now ready for disposal. How you will dispose your acid, I don't know, but here when I work, I had a place where I take that acid, pay some little cash, and they take it. But for you, maybe, I don't know, you'll need to find your own, the best way, but always save the nature and your environment. Okay. So the next stuff you got on the separate side, you got your foils. You need to dissolve that foils into gold. What you do next? So you got that filter, clean with water, with your gold foils. Put that in the beaker. Cover that with a hydrochloric acid. Then, if you already experience gold recovery enthusiast, you will get some nitric acid. A couple of drops of nitric acid will dissolve that your gold. But if you don't have nitric acid, what you will do? Go to the store, just a normal chemical store. Go to the part with cleaning goods and clean for the goods to cleaning bathroom and other stuff, and buy some bleach. Not that new modern bleach with a lavanda taste or lime or something. No, just a normal bleach will do fine. And what you do that outside, please. because the smell is very bad and very toxic. You need a gas mask, very quality gas mask. Any gas mask under the $100 is not a good mask, trust me. So you need more pay. If you pay more, you will get better mask. If you pay less, you will get worse. That medical mask from the paper, no, that not work. Definitely, any piece of cloth on your face, it's not work, because all that gases go straight through all that material. So you will add to that outside, you will add just little by little bleach in the hydrochloric acid. When you do that, start a chemical reaction, and in all that solution, chlorine is created. Chlorine will start to dissolve your gold foils. On that way, I even dissolve small bonding wires from the milled chips, but need to do a couple of batches and need to do a long time, but I will succeed to do that. But for the foils, it's just a piece of cake. So you add little by little, mix that and leave it, and you go for a half hour. Then you back, add a little more, mix it, leave it, you go. You don't need to stay there, because that chlorine which is created is very, very toxic. If you inhale that, say goodbye to your lungs. Sometimes it needs just one inhale to just make unreversible damage on your lung. Trust me. So always work for me outside or inside the fume hood. If you have the fume hood, inside the fume hood, never do that in the room or the space when people are around you, because that stuff is very, very toxic. For all the people who inhale that, know what I'm talking about. So like I said, you don't need to be there. Just go walk around and back for 10, 20 or 20 minutes or half hour, and you just watch the situation. Your whole gold is dissolved. Your work is done. The second stuff is to just add a couple of drops of nitric acid in that hydrochloric acid, and you will dissolve your gold. If you had nitric acid, then you don't need to buy bleach. But nitric acid in some countries is forbidden, in some countries pretty expensive. The next stuff is to neutralize that acid. If you do with the nitric acid, you will need something to neutralize that acid. For most of the time, I use urea. Urea is a gardening fertilizer solution. You add this solution in the stove, heat that solution, and when it's very hot, just add little by little urea until no more reaction. After that, dilute just with some water, and you're ready to filter that solution again. You need to filter again. But if you work with the bleach, your neutralization, it's not necessary. So you just can leave that for 2 or 3 hours, that solution. Most of that chlorine will evaporate from the container. So the time is that you drop the gold. If you have some SMB, sodium metabisulfate, that will be the great stuff. You can do that by just dissolve some sodium metabisulfate in the container with water. Distillated water will be the much better, but if you don't have that, you can use tap water, boiled tap water, or the rainwater. It's okay, but the distillated water is not expensive, and you can buy it anywhere. So dissolve some SMB and After that, you just pour that SMB solution into your gold auric solution with nitric acid or with the bleach, never mind, and you will drop the gold. But if you don't have SMB, sodium metabisulfate, the next stuff is maybe copperus. Copperus, I never use copperus because I don't know, it's pretty mess for me. But for some people, copperus is pretty common stuff. That's some copper in the very, very small particles. They even use that for garden fertilizing. For me, here is the best stuff between SMB. It's always be kalium metabisulfate. Kalium metabisulfate, here called vinobran, is actually some stuff that we use when you make wine. You just add that to wine and you cut all the process of fermentation to wine stay like that in that moment. So we use that even for for our food in the jars. When you lay food for winter, you just add some vinobran or kalium metabisulfate. 10-gram bag, it's about I don't know, 20 cents here, so it's not too much expensive. Need to calculate how much you have gold in solution. Just a little more kalium metabisulfate or SMB you add, then you have gold in the solution. If you expect 10 gram, you add 15 gram of kalium or sodium. So like I said, always you don't need to go strict by the rules. You always have something else what you can find to change that stuff which you necessary. Like this. Also, you can get your gold from the solution by cementation. If you add some copper rod or copper pipe from water, you can add that copper pipe into your container, and on a day or two the gold will start to catch on that copper from the solution. Copper go into solution and push back your gold. So you can just scratch that gold from the copper and you can melt that, but you will not get clean gold. If you drop that with a kalium metabisulfate, you will get 97-98% of clean gold. But if you drop that with the sodium metabisulfate, SMB, you will get 99% of clean gold. You will never get 100% of clean gold. Even that gold on the coins is not 100%, it's a 99.9. So this is my name, means 999. 39 Dushan, 39 is a purity of the gold. The best purity of the gold you can find. So because the gold always have that tension to suck all that dirtiness from around. I don't know why, but gold love to be dirty. So okay, you drop your gold, you see that magic when you add all that stuff and you got that black or gray material or even white, pretty much yellow material in the solution. That is your gold. You need to melt that gold. How you can melt that gold? You just need a burner, just need any burner. If you had induction stove, that is the better stuff, but you can do just burner for a couple of grams beads. You just need to have burner. I just use, in the much of the time, I use acetylene torch because my sister husband gets some car workshop and I go there. I got to go like over there and I just melt that on acetylene torch. But you need to be careful because if you do with the acetylene torch, on time to time, it's just can add some little more oxygen, and your gold can actually fly from your crucible. Yeah, so you need to be very careful. But acetylene torch is a very strong torch. It will basically melt anything. I melt platinum with that. I melt everything. So the burning is not a problem if you have any torch up to 1200 Celsius. It's pretty fine. So yeah, basically this is the first step. If you try to make, if you try to work with the gold recovery, this is the first step what you can learn. The make AP solution, copper 2 solution, and on the simplest and cheapest way you can make your gold from the fingers, from low grade pins, from other different materials, but you need to be careful. The time is sometime short, but sometime take long, depends on the material. This is not, you cannot just read one book and say, I know to do gold recovery. You will find that stuff is difficult. The material maybe look the same, but it's not the same inside. The material look the same, but not. They have different component inside, different metals. Metals different react with the acids. This way, you can do even silver recovery from your switches. Every electricity switch contain some small silver bead inside, or half silver, half copper bead, copper silver plated bead, never mind, but contains some silver. On the same way with the AP or copper 2 solution, you can do silver recovery by adding silver material, by adding solution, hydrochloric acid, peroxide, or hydrochloric acid with a dissolved copper inside, and you can start dissolve the base metal, and you only leave that silver bead inside. I do that all the time when I work. So on the same time, like to do gold recovery foils. Even if you had some platinum from some from some car parts which contain platinum, you can separate the platinum on the same stuff. But what you need to have platinum in the metallic form, in the bead form. Even palladium fingers, you can recover all that palladium on the same stuff. So this is not just gold recovery process. This is the basically precious metal recovery process. Gold, palladium, platinum, silver. Yeah, everything you can separate on the same process, but you need to be careful from material to material. Yeah. Okay, so I think that I explained you how you can change from the normal store what you can buy. Even if you don't have peroxide from the medical store, you can go to a normal cosmetic store and buy hydrogen peroxide for hair painting. But you need to separate how you can separate your peroxide from all that beauty substance inside. Just in the special container, before you add that to your material, special container, add hydrochloric acid, add hydrogen peroxide for the hair inside, and hydrogen peroxide will go into hydrochloric acid, but all that cream and balsam inside will just go on the top. So you just pick that with a plastic spoon and remove all that stuff, and still you will get your 90% clean of AP solution. So like I said, you can find on a lot of different ways your chemicals. I have that luck when I work. Very soon I start to buy that acid from one firm in the Belgrade. That firm sell acid on the big big amount. But I can buy that on the just like normal physical person. I can buy that. I don't need to have firm for that. So it's not a problem to buy acid. The acid is just be on the start. When I start to work, the acids be very cheap. I think very, very cheap. Nitric acid, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. So the problem is not to be to buy acid. I just online buy that, pay that online, and I go there with the barrels. The problem is transport. The transport is be a pretty hard stuff here, because in the beginning, no problem. You can just take that barrels, 100 liter sulfuric acid, 96% strong, 100 liter hydrochloric acid, 36% strong, and 100 liter nitric acid, 54% strong. Everything that is okay. Some natrium salt in the bag, 25 kilogram, not problem. Everything I put in my car, drop some seat behind, put that barrel in the car, and go to home. The problem start after some time when they first changing the law, and they forbid you transport every acid together. So if you go and buy one acid, I can buy only one acid. I can buy only hydrochloric acid, or only sulfuric acid, or only nitric acid. I cannot transport all the three acids together. Normally, they are right. Why? Because if something happens, some car crash, and you got all that acid in the car, your barrels crash. All that acid going to mix. You will get 200 or 300 liter royal water, hydrochloric and nitric acid, royal water will eat your car, burn your skin alive, and big ecological problem. So that start to be problem for me, because until the Belgrade I got 100 and some kilometer, and when I go the free time, that is free time more expensive for me. So yeah, that's be a pretty fun time when we actually go on the black. So we just go take that barrels, bring that people who work there a couple of kilograms of rakia, Serbian rakia, and they just close their eyes. We put that in the car and go home. So yeah, that is before a couple of years. I remember one tale that one time me and my friend we go for acid in the Belgrade, and we just need to stop on one place to buy some boards on Zemun, and we just go somehow. We are just go near the center of the Belgrade, and we forgot that day it's be in the Belgrade. It's been some demonstration, some small demonstration in the center of Belgrade, and we are just get stuck in the middle of the demonstration, in the middle of the Belgrade, with a car full of barrel with acids. So yeah, when I remember that, my friend said, "Come on, Jesus Christ! Just imagine if police stop us right now. We have paper that we legal buy that acid, but what you do on the middle of the demonstration with a car full of acid?" So yeah, that's be a very funny and dangerous time. Okay, guys. So I think that that is enough talk for now. I hope you like that, what I'm doing. Tomorrow we will talk about something else until I get some decent internet and I can go to make a live, to talk in the live with you. Like I said yesterday, subscribe to this channel if you're not already. Subscribe to this channel. being a part of our little community. And you got some this channel has also some perks there. If you want, you can make a donation through the super chat, or you can make yourself a member of member of this channel through the membership button. You see next to the subscribe, you got membership button, or how already call that in your country. So you will see there that you got some perks. I will see which one person is a member in the future, and that person I will start make video calls on the internet, personal video calls, so I can help you with some goal recovery on that way. Okay, so enough talk for today. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow with some new team. Remember, Free Reduction loves you. See you around in the next video. Cheers, mates.